Hello, good day. Now, how do you use your screen recorder? Simply click on the icon of the screen recorder to open. Then, first thing to do is to set to your taste. So you go to setting, and then all the items you have under the settings, adjust them to your taste. The very first one here is time delay before recording. Is to, maybe you click on the recorder or the recording icon, it will count down depending on the number of seconds you choose here. If you choose 20 seconds like I did, it will count down for 20 seconds just for you to get ready for the recording to start. So I prefer 20 because that is the highest time you have here, because that will give me ample time to get ready for the recording. So if you prefer any other one, you can choose according to your taste or your specification. Recording engine, leave it as default, make it default the way it is. The magic button, that is to say, if you want a button that can show stop, pause while recording, you want that kind of a button displayed on your screen. That is what this is for. So if you want the button to be shown, you choose this. If you don't want it to be shown, you leave it as it is. Then lock position, if you want it to be fixed in one position, or you want it to be something that you can move. If you want it to be something that you can move from one place to another, then leave it as it is. Or if you want it to be fixed, then you click on this to be fixed. Then how transparent do you want it to be? That is why you have this opaque level. You want it to be transparent. I want it to be 50% transparent. This icon that is reading the time here, the time of the recording, that is what this first one is for. And then it also helps you to choose whether you want to stop or you want to pause your recording. Alright. Then stop option. How do you want to stop your recording? You can stop your recording by just pressing the power button to off the screen. If you want that, you can choose it. If you want to use your notification bar up here to pull it down and then stop, you choose it. Then if you want to check, when you check your phone, then the recording stops. Whichever one you feel suits you most, and go for that. Then file name format, leave it as default. Save file prefix, let it be default. Screen resolution, leave it as orientation, better to be auto. Bitrate, this determines the size of your files, of your video files. So it's better for you to do 2 megabytes per second. That will make your size minimal, since the video you are doing here is such that you would like to be sending on a social media platform like WhatsApp, Facebook, and the rest. So it's better it is minimal. So that is why I prefer 2 megabytes per second, as you have it here. Then frame rates. The more the frame rate, the more the size of your recording as well, the size of the file. So I prefer 25 frames per second. You can choose if you prefer any other one. Then video encoder, I choose MP4. That will make your video come as MP4 formats. Then if you are using microphone like I'm doing, excuse me, you choose to use microphone here. Then bitrate of the audio, I prefer the least, the lowest. The more the bitrate of the audio, the better the quality of your sound. But this 64 kilobytes per second is also good for me. So if you want another one, you can choose. Audio sample rate, leave that as default. Audio channel mono, that one is mono, is for doing just talking like this. But stereo, if it is music, then it's better to go for stereo. But if it's just a communication, verbal communication like we are doing here, mono is good for that. Audio source, where is the audio coming from? For now, it is coming from microphone. So that is why it is mic. Leave this audio encoder as default. If you want touches to be shown as you are touching the screen, select this. If you don't want it, don't select it. Then auto create file. How do you want your application? What size do you want to be the maximum size of your video before the application creates another file? Since you are going to be sending these videos on Facebook, WhatsApp, it's better to do something minimal. For instance, WhatsApp, the maximum size of video or audio you can send on WhatsApp is 16 megabytes. So if you like to send this kind of video on 16 megabytes, then it's better to make the maximum file size to be 16. For me here, I'm doing 100, but it's advisable that you make it 16 so that it will be easier. It will break your files into 16 megabytes video, so you can send on what is it called, on WhatsApp easily. So that is that. Storage, leave it as default. Looking to leave all of those. Then show camera. If you want camera to show, like you can see my face as you are watching this presentation. If you want the camera to show, to display you, then you choose show camera. If you want the camera to be such that you can move up and down, leave this use camera, leave it. Leave this other second one. Template type, leave it. Lock position. If you want the camera to be locked, you choose this. You want it in one position. But if you want it so that you can move from one place to another as you like, then leave it as it is. Which camera you want to use? This is the front or back camera. Ratio, leave this as it is. Orientation, auto is better. Border, you can choose whatever color you want for the border. And then the opacity. Do you want the camera to be transparent? So I have my own at 70%. So it is transparent at 70% level. The more the percentage of the opacity, the less transparent the camera will be. The format of or quality of your screenshots, I have my own as 80% here. The higher it goes, the more the size of your video, and then the better the quality of your video. But 80% is okay for me. Night mode, leave all of that. Dark notification, leave all that. Dot icon. So those are the major things in your setting. So when you are done with setting, then the next thing is to go to your recording. At the home page of your recording, you see this, that where you have this cross here. The reason why you have this times symbol here is because the recording is in session. Ordinarily, it will be a camera icon that will be there. When you click on the icon, then that is how you start your recording. And as soon as you click on the icon, you have another dialog box. You also click on the icon again, and then it will ask you if you want to start recording. You click on start recording, and immediately you click on start recording, it will start counting down. Like for me, it is 20 seconds I chose, so it will count down to 20. Within that 20 seconds, I'm expected to go to the page of my presentation and get set to start. So as soon as I get to 0, I commence my presentation. And then when